And I'd like to welcome you all to our Tuesday 1:30 p.m. session with Chenelyn, and she'll be doing a garden showcase for us. So, Chenelyn, if you could introduce yourself and what you'll be covering today, we'd really appreciate it. But we're going to learn a lot today, and thank you so much for presenting to our seniors.
Hey, thank you so much, Alex. Thank you all for being here. It is always a pleasure to be all in your presence and, of course, learn from each other. Today, we will be talking about the beauty of autumn and botanical gardens. We'll review how to currently take care of our indoor plants. We'll showcase a few favorite fall, autumn indoor plants, and then we'll have opportunity to win prizes. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah. And again, please all use the chat, share your thoughts in the chat if you'd like. After each section, please raise your hand if you have a comment or a question or any feedback for Chenelyn and or myself as well. So we're going to learn a lot today.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, just a thumbs up if you all can see this.
Yes, no, you're good. Thank you so much, Chenelyn. I love it. It's so beautiful.
And then you can only see the slides and not your
Yes.
individual faces, right?
Just the each slide.
Okay, perfect. Great. Okay. Well, thank you again. Okay, we will get started with our Beauty of Autumn and Botanical Gardens. And I'm Chenelyn Barker, co-founder and garden manager at Turkey Thicket Gardens, located in Ward 5. Okay. And the disclaimer, the content of this presentation, such as graphics, images, text, and all other materials, is provided for reference and educational purposes only. The content is not meant to be complete or exhaustive or to be applicable to any specific medical need or condition. All right, so I know from our previous conversations that we've had throughout my sessions with you all is that we all love indoor plants, and we've talked about quite a few varieties that we all currently have. And so we're going to dive into how to prepare your indoor plants for fall. Okay. And here's a wonderful quote by French philosopher Albert Camus. Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. Sometimes you get a little bit disheartened when we don't have the sun shining anymore, the weather is a little bit colder, and things aren't blooming. But fall season can just be as beautiful as spring and summer. Okay, why do plants go dormant? Plants, just like us, we go through cycles of growth, and plants go through a cycle of growth and dormancy throughout the year. Colder temperatures and less daylight causes plants to go to dormancy, which basically means that plants are focused on living instead of growing bigger. And so you may have seen some of your plants already lose leaves. Do not be alarmed. That is a natural process of dormancy as they shed additional growth because they were in the summer and spring where you have a lot more sunlight. Now they're preparing for winter and hibernation, so to speak. And so they are shedding a few of the extra growth of leaves that they can no longer sustain because they don't get enough nutrients, the sun and additional water that they need. So they shed to only use as much energy as they need for the current stems and plants that they have. So again, dormancy is where plants focus on living instead of growing bigger. All right, change your watering schedule. We all know that during the summer times where they need a lot more water to survive because of the heat, we are doing the opposite during the fall season. We want to slow down our watering frequency since the weather is cooler, and this helps plants to know to start the dormancy stage. Don't make too many extreme changes at once. You can also, if you have instructions that your plants came with, you can refer to them. So normally if you were watering, let's say, 2 times a week or once a week, we can basically, the golden rule is just to cut your watering in half of what you normally did during the summer and spring seasons. All right, get the most light. We know that there is less sunlight during the fall and winter seasons, and so we want to move our plants where they can get the most sunlight. Usually that is south-facing windows. If you do not have that, you can try an east-facing window where that produces the most light in the mornings and afternoon. And if you don't have a lot of windows in your place, you can also move your house plants to where you have the most direct light. So that can just be underneath your reading light that you have, or in a brighter space in your room where you have larger light cast by overhead lights. So your kitchen area or dining area. But most importantly, we also want to make sure that we do not place plants near any drafty areas. And if need be, you can use a humidifier to kind of reduce that dryness and add extra moisture to the air. Right? Look out for bugs. This is especially important if you have kept some of your indoor plants outside and you want to bring them back inside because it will get chilly as temperatures fall. Houseplants are prone to bugs. And so we want to make sure that we look for them on leaves. We want to inspect the leaves and sift through the soil to make sure that you don't have any plants in them. And if you do see them, you can use a damp cloth to wipe them off, gently wipe them off from the leaf, or you can spray them off with a spray bottle. Okay. Any questions or any other tips that you all currently do for your indoor plants as you prepare for the fall season?
Thank you so much for the tips, Chen. I love the quote. It certainly puts things into perspective, and fall can definitely be beautiful. So, we actually just did an apps for autumn session, and autumn is just really beautiful change.
Oh, yes.
Living things. We all need our rest and our routine of dormancy. So, I really appreciate the tips, especially the bugs. There are bugs in the fall. Even still outside, there's quite a bit of insects out and about. So even just because it's colder doesn't mean there aren't insects. So got to take a look.
Exactly. And I'm from the Pacific Northwest, so I fall is my favorite season. So
Love it. Awesome. But if you have any tips or any comments on the tips that Chenelyn provided or any questions, please raise your hand. We'd love to hear from you. Again, any tips for fall gardening or plant tips or any questions or comments for the tips on the screen. Hey, Anne, thanks so much for joining us once again. Your comment for today?
Yes, Carolyn. I just wanted to thank you because you gave me a tip about my cactus,
Mhm.
my blooming cactus.
Okay, yes. Yes.
It's growing, so it's gonna bloom. I've been feeding it some egg water.
Lovely. Okay, yes.
Uh, I thought that was a help, and if it's not, please tell me.
No, I think that's great.
That
Yeah, that's a great tip that everyone should use is do not throw out your egg water that you boil them in. That has natural nutrients that your plants need. You can wait until it cools down and then recycle that water and water it into your plant, as the eggshells has natural nutrients that benefit the plant. So excellent. Reuse, recycle. I think I'm missing one R. I don't know what it is.
Produce.
Thank you. Yes.
yeah. And is it too late to plant the tulips for next
It
spring?
is not. It is not. Now is the time. Fall is the time to plant any and all of your bulbs. So if
Okay.
thank you for bringing that up, Anne, because sometimes people think you need a humongous space to do indoor planting, and you do not. If you have, a small plot that you can just take a couple of your favorite bulbs and plant it in, and it will work just fine indoors.
Well, I have a little brick. Well, I have a little brick thing on the front outside, and I wanted to put them in the ground, and I thought maybe I had waited too long. So I'm glad that I asked you.
And use the remember the plant guide app that we talked about where you can search up the plants. So if you search tulip in there, there's so many different tulips, and you can see the times that that they bloom, or times that you're able to plant them, either that app or the I think it was the seed and sow app as well. Or you could just Google it. You can literally just Google like tulip best planting times as well, and you can also look at that information as well for maybe your specific plant.
Thank you, Alex. And Chenelyn, my herbs are growing. Thank you so much. Love you.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you're enjoying the herb garden and making good use of it. Excited to start our, Alex and I have talked about maybe starting a senior iPad or recipe book where we all contribute to one of our favorite recipes. So hopefully that comes into fruition. And love to hear some of your recipes you're using with the herb spices. So cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Anne. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you, Alex, for letting me talk with Chenelyn.
No problem. We have two hands up, but maybe while we answer the first one, Chenelyn, do you mind taking a look at the chats from Yvonne? I think that's quite interesting, but while you do that, Denise, you have a question or comment for today?
Yeah, hi. I wanted to ask, well, I don't know if you exactly know, but I have two cats and my plants in the window. My daughter gave them to me, and I noticed yesterday he'd been biting on it and it's looking raggedy. And I had to get on him, and he was looking at me like he know he did wrong. But one other plant I have, he don't mess with that one. But these two, for some reason, he wants to bite on them and chew on them. So I told him no, no, no. When I was pointing at the plant, and he just hold his head down. And now when he get up there, he just look at me first. But if I walk away, he'll probably bite on it. So what can you do when the animals try to bite on the plant? You know.
Sure, that is a good question. I've always wanted cats, but don't have any, so I don't quite know. I do know that for dogs and stuff, I mean, you can try putting, you can also just get your own. You can put them on higher shelves, but I know that cats can climb. You can also get its own catnip. If it knows it has a special plant that it can feast on, that's designated. You could try putting. Sometimes people put like citrus slices in their plants. That also helps with bugs like lemon wedges. But I don't know if that's a good cat deterrent. I mean, if anyone here has cats that do the same thing that can offer more advice and expertise in that area, please drop it in the chat or but otherwise, no, I don't know. Yeah, maybe discipline the cat. I don't.
I think too, because he like to eat grass. Well, both I have two cats. Both of them like to eat grass, but I don't really let them go out much. So maybe he's thinking that's grass. But they have cat grass you can buy at the pet store. But I just don't want them keep biting on them plants and make them,
Yes.
So maybe I have
some tough training.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's all good. I still love them.
I love the fur baby.
Thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you, Denise. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Okay. I'm not sure I think on your end, Chenelyn, I hear some kind of echo. I'm not sure. You may be turning down your volume a little bit. Let's see, I hear a little bit of an echo.
Is it better?
It may be on my end. I don't know, but
Hi, one moment. Let me one moment.
it's okay.
Let me just switch. Let me switch. One moment. I may have to log in and come back out. I'm going to switch my what I use for my internet. So this had happened last time. One moment.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep, you're still there, right?
I am. I'm going to try to switch to a different. Um, I don't know. Is this better? Okay, let me
Yeah.
switch. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's much better. I heard echo, so I don't know if anyone else heard it, but I can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Just a little.
And thank you all so much for your patience. I see your chats as well. Chenelyn, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I just do see here that the connection was it now it's like red next to your name.
Okay, is it better now?
Uh, honestly, I
Can you
think
hear me?
the first one was a bit better. You're like even more staticky.
Hmm. Okay,
Are you
is
there,
this better?
Chenelyn? Yes. Yes. No,
Mhm.
it changed. Now it's white bars next to your name now. So no, I think you're good.
Okay, great. Can you still see my screen? Do I need
No,
to
no, you
reshare?
stop sharing your screen.
Okay, let me bring it back up.
Yeah, no, but you sound great. So,
Okay, perfect. Maybe just a
did
little
you
glitch.
see Yvonne's message about the ageratum? I've never heard of that
Yes,
one.
thank you. What is it that you are trying to do with your plant? Are you trying to bring it indoors? It looks great just the way it is. If you want to trim it, you can trim the leaves closest to the root, but otherwise it looks great. If you're afraid of frost, this is what we do at the community garden. If you're afraid of frostbite as the temperatures get cooler, you can put a plastic bag over the plant when temperatures get to freezing level. That's what we do with our oops. That's what we do with our plants. So
Yep. So I hope that tip helped out Yvonne, but it looks great. I love it. It's so green. Um, and mentioned something about garlic, so maybe I think that was for the cats, I think. So I thank you so much for sharing that. Chenelyn, I do see we have three hands. Did you want to address those hands before you move on with your next?
yes, we want to make sure that everyone's heard.
Yep, awesome. Yes. So just keeping time in mind. Yep, yeah, yes, and thank you so much for your tip. I really appreciate that. Miss Terry, any questions or comments on some of the tips you see on the screen or we've went over so far? You can hit, yeah, gotta hit unmute in the middle, Miss Terry. And you gotta hit unmute in the middle if you would like to share.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Miss Terry.
I do have a question about the peace lily. It's about approximately 2 to 3 years old now. However, I've noticed the stem portion of the leaves have thinned. They used to be really thick, and now it's yellowing more than often. And the new leaves are yellowing, and I'm cutting them off in order to not lose nutrients to the rest of the plants. But it didn't bloom this year. It's bloomed every year. Is there something I need to look for, or is it root bound? Because I've changed the pot once.
Mhm. Yes, if you're seeing all those yellow things for a peace lily plant, that means it's overwatered.
Okay.
So they only need to be watered like once a week. But again, it's not uncommon for it not to bloom, especially if it's been temperamental with the water changes. I have a peace lily plant too, and it's very temperamental. Um, but just they prefer a more rigorous watering schedule and like moderate light. So yes, it's really important for peace lilies that you plant them in, well, a rule of thumb, it's really good to make sure that your plants are planted in pots that have the drainage in them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can refer to the wonderful app that Alex had mentioned.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wade, for your question. Okay.
Yep, yep.
And we'll
Thank you
take
so
one
much.
more.
Okay. Well, we have Louise and Mr. Thomas. I guess if you all can, just keep the time in mind, we could try to see if both of them we can address. Any questions or comments on any of the tips that you see on the screen, et cetera? Hi, Louise. How's it going?
I'm doing okay. I just want to ask a quick question about butternut squash. I don't know if she has time for that today, but I noticed that I had so many leaves and flowers all along, and I didn't see fruit until about a week now. They're little tiny fruits, but I really wanted to just cut down the bush and said it's enough because it's late. Do you think I should leave them alone until it gets colder?
Mm-hmm. I would probably cut it back. So what's interesting is our community garden, none, because of the heavy rains we had earlier this year,
Mm-hmm.
none of our, I know this is off topic, uh, no one, we did not do well with our tomato plant this year at all. I just think it's just a lot of rain early in the season. I think that goes for the same with some of the squash
Mm-hmm.
that we saw as well. So it's pretty much going to be done for the year, but you can trim it back. And
Mm-hmm.
then because we've got a lot of rain and it's going to be raining all this week, I would just trim the leaves back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because it was going to the neighbors and they don't really like that.
Oh no.
I, I even have tomatoes that are coming out now, which is ridiculous.
Right. Yes, it's been definitely a late gardening season. So, the tomatoes are fine if you still just want to, see where they go. Hopefully, but temperatures are getting now to the 60s. And
Yeah.
like I said, you could always just wrap it in a bag to protect it, and then during the daytime remove the bag if you want to at least nurture it and
Mm-hmm.
have some wonderful homegrown tomatoes for the fall season.
Yeah.
There's nothing for me. I love a good sliced tomato. Well, back home in
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, I would just eat them like they were apples, but I love sliced tomato with a little bit of salt and pepper on them.
Yeah. And I have gotten one season of it already. I was surprised that I've seen green ones now sitting out there.
Mm.
So I'll just wait and see.
Yes, try to save them if you can and enjoy. There's nothing,
Mhm. Thank
there's
you so
nothing
much.
tasty than a good tomato, good ripe fresh tomato.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Miss
Louise.
Louise.
And the last hand, just again, a quick question. We have about a minute or so before we have to move on. Mr. Thomas, you have a question or a comment? But again, please don't forget
Yes.
to move your hand and mute yourself. Thank you so much.
Yes, I do, Alex. I have a question about my amaryllis bulbs, which I have outside all summer. And in the past, I used to dig up the amaryllis bulbs and put them in paper bags and put them in the bottom of my closet. However, I'd like to know, can I leave the amaryllis bulbs in their pots and just bring them down to a dark, cool basement? They'll winterize.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, that is the right way to do it, Mr. Thomas, where you pull the bulbs and put them in a paper bag and then save them in a dry, cool place.
But I do have to take them out of the pot. Is that correct?
If they're in the pot, I wouldn't take them out. I would just wrap that in a plastic bag, or if you have a large paper bag, and then store it like in a dry, cool place. That's usually what
Right.
people do for bulbs or in planters already. I'm sorry, I misheard. If they're already in planters, I would not recommend taking them out. I would just wrap that container and store them
Right. Okay.
or
Now
store it.
I have in my garden uh roses. Some roses I just planted. Do I have to be concerned about them and bring them in? They
No,
are in
they're fine.
pots, by the way.
They're
They
fine
are in
outside.
pots. They're fine outside. I
Mhm.
have peonies that I've had for like 5 years, 6 years. They do wonderful. I have some outdoor cactus
Mhm.
which I leave outside that do very well. I have a boa tree in a pot that I do bring in, and I also have a what do they call that plant? The the Thai
Mhm.
plant
Mhm.
that I have in 2 pots. I would bring those in. Uh, but my main thing was the amaryllis. I was concerned. I don't want to have to take them out of a pot every
No.
year. So you're telling me I don't have to do that. Just wrap the whole pot and put it in a cool, dry place.
Yes, and then another golden tip is anytime you think that your outdoor plant, like your roses, are going to get cold or not, you can wrap it so it's fine. You just take
Right, right.
my mother used to take a humongous garbage bag and just
I
you know,
have six amaryllis bulbs. 3 of them are grown from seed that I developed from the mother bulb. I fertilized the mother bulb and got seeds, and I planted those, and now 3 of those are doing wonderful.
Aw,
It's
that's
so
so
easy to
impressive, Mr.
fertilize it.
Thomas.
It is so easy to fertilize some plants. Oh, the other thing is my Asian lily. I have them in a big
Mm.
trowel um pot, I guess you would call it. Can I leave those bulbs outside, or do I have to bring them in? The Asian lily.
Oh, I would bring that inside. Yeah, yes.
You would.
I would.
Again,
I
could I
would. For me,
could I take that whole pot and bring it down to my basement where it's dark
exactly.
and cool?
Yes, exactly. Bulbs
Okay,
are best
very
stored
well.
in dry, cool places.
You
Okay.
answered my question. Thanks very much. I enjoy your program.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Thomas. That's so sweet.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
Mr. Thomas.
bye.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Mhm. Again, we all have to lower our hands and mute ourselves. We just, as a reminder, especially for our trivia, thank you so much.
Okay. Great. So now we will talk about, there's lots of autumn indoor plants, and I'm sure you may have a few, but I'm going to share just a few of my favorites. And there are a few of my favorites because they're easy to take care of and they pack a lot of color and personality. Okay, so the first one is a favorite all across the seasons. It's a snake plants, super low maintenance with an exotic look that can add texture to any room. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say the quote. The earth laughs in flowers, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Okay, crotones are another easy to grow house plant, and they will fill your space with warm autumn colors. And these can get really big based on the plot that's in, the planter that it's in. But they're so beautiful because it's like bringing a tree inside your space. They're just full of different colors, they're vibrant, and they're so fun. Bromeliads add an extra exotic flair to your space while adding a little touch of summer along for the autumn season because they come in an array of different summer colors. So you can get them with yellow, they come in greens, and this is a reds, and they come in pinks. And then uglanemas, also known as Chinese evergreen, are wonderful decorative plants with their large glossy leaves and add a pop of personality in any space. So again, these grow bigger with a bigger pot, but just like all of the other plants, they come with wonderful different array of colors that just add a pop of color in any room. And so one of these 4 plants are basically a surprise that we will send to you when we get to our prize section. So you can either win a snake plant, the croton plant, the bromeliads, or the uglanamias. And so we're so excited, the community garden, to gift one of these surprise plants to 3 lucky winners. And we hope that you will take care of it, and they should last a long time. And what's great about these plants is they are great across all 4 seasons, but especially during autumn and winter, they just kind of add that summer feel and spring feel indoors. By a show of hands, does anyone currently have one out of the 4 plants mentioned here at their homes?
Sorry about that, Chenelyn. The third one is so beautiful. I love that's a bromeliad. Is that how you say it?
Yes, the bromeliads.
Yeah, those my favorite. I see we have 4 folks. Again, if you have one of the 4 plants that are listed in your home, please raise your hand in Zoom.
Okay, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh, that's
Any
great.
any other persons with snake plants, I'm assuming are maybe the most common out of the 4. But I really like I've never heard of croton. I've seen it before, but it's very beautiful as well.
Yes.
So yeah, 6
Okay, thank you. Okay, lovely. Just really quick, just want to go around and say what plant you have?
Sure, yes. So again, if you just want to share the name of the plant that you have, please raise your hand or please share that. So Anne, which of the 4 or multiple do you have?
I have the snake and I have the Chinese evergreen that I did not know that was the name of it.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing it. Appreciate it. Louise, what do you have?
I have croton and I have the Chinese evergreen, the green one.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Love it. Ms. Dolores, which of the 4 or out of the 4, what do you have?
I just got someone just gave me one of the bromeliads, but I didn't even know the name of it or anything, and I have the snakes.
Oh.
They're so nice. Thank you so much for sharing. Miss Mary, which of the 4 or how many of the 4 do you have?
I have the snake plant.
Love it. Thanks so much for sharing. Miss Wilda, what do you have?
Chinese evergreen.
Nice, okay.
Wonderful. And our last hand from Miss Terry, which of the 4 or how many of those do you have?
Snake plant.
So when I said most common, I guess I was right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Okay,
all
so
for
cool.
sharing. We have a lot of gardeners in our call today.
I know, I love it.
Thank you so much for sharing.
All right. So now we'll move on to virtual botanical gardens. In your free, I know that you all are becoming techies in your own ways. And so this is an opportunity to, when you have some downtime, with your cozy hot chocolate or tea, or in the morning when you're having your coffee. These are some great websites that you can go to view some of the famous botanical gardens around the world. So I strongly encourage you all to check out these links, and in your own time, bring some of that botanical garden without leaving your home. All right, let the outdoors come to you. The first one is the Garden of Versailles in Paris, France. This is through the Arts and Culture Google Books. This is the most iconic French garden in the world. It took over 40 years to complete because it's completely 100% ecosystem that incorporated the marshlands within the thriving plants that are in there. And it was commissioned by Louis XIV in 1661. And so we can, if you want me to, I can copy and paste this link in the chat.
Mhm.
Or also do the print, the print screen, however you prefer.
Oh, Chenelyn, could you copy the link and post it into the chat?
Yes, okay.
I love it. I didn't know any of that info, so I love it.
Oh my gosh,
Versailles,
am I
so
not able to copy? What is happening here?
no, can you I think you can hit control and then right click it.
Okay,
It's you may
doing it.
yeah, it's
Oh
because
my gosh.
you're in the you're in the
Oh, the
present.
share.
But yeah, but no, if you tap on the link, just
Okay.
tap on it and then it'll take you to the page and then you can copy it. And I'm assuming it's a video, right? Or
This one is, yes,
yeah.
they're all either virtual videos or one's a YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm
So
putting this
yeah,
in
when you hit
chat.
the link, you'll see the link at the top of whatever browser
Okay.
you press, and you're able to post it. So yep.
Okay, great. Okay. Oh, what happened to my thing?
Um
Oh my gosh.
so you're still sharing the presentation, but are you going to that
Oh,
link? You can yep, just close out or
yes.
minimize your presentation.
Did you guys, did you guys get it? Okay, great.
Oh yeah, no, you put it in the chat. Thank you so much for that.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were showcasing it as well.
Oh, we could, otherwise, I don't know for time purposes if
Right,
we're
right.
able to
I
include.
see you have a couple in there. So I guess
Mhm.
you can just run through not the video, but run through the different four things and just post those links into the chat.
Okay, sounds good. Yes. So I encourage you all to save these so that you can, on your own time, while you're sipping your favorite hot coffee or hot chocolate, to, immerse yourself. And so this is great. Okay, so this one here is the Gardens of Versailles in Paris, France.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
and then
second one is,
you can go back to your presentation. You're at your title slide for your presentation.
oh, am I? I am here at the Let the
And
Outdoors Come to You.
I know I had someone else do a PowerPoint and it's strange. Can you stop
Mhm.
sharing your screen and then
Okay,
share?
okay.
I'm not sure of why specifically that happens. I see that resume slideshow little button, but yes, just try reshare
Yeah,
and
okay.
you'll be able to get back to
So
that
really
first
quick
slide.
before I do that, since we're all here, let me just um copy this really quick into the chat because I feel like I did the split screen. I'm not sharing my whole entire screen. I'm just sharing the one frame. And so I don't know if that made a
Oh,
difference. I have like so many.
that
Okay.
is the other person last time they had two screens, so it was a little, that happened for whatever reason. But no, we see the Vimeo link, so that is the second link.
Okay, great. Let me just, yeah, I probably should, hold on, let me do this really quick. Okay, this is the view. This is what I should have done. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then if you
Then you
want
can do
to,
one more.
if you all want to, again, save them for later, again, you can hold on to the link, hit copy link, and then paste it into a note, etc. So that way you could view it for later, okay? So make sure you all do that so you can utilize these links afterwards.
Okay. Oh my gosh. What happened to my mouse? Oh, it thinks like my mouse battery died. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just do it this way. Okay, great. Okay, one moment. I'm plugging it back in. Ooh, a lot of technical difficulties today. Thanks all for your patience. Okay, there we
It's
go.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I had to do
you
my mouse. It was like, oh my gosh, was it done? Okay, there we go. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. And then I think we had one more,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
you had
this
4
is,
in there, right?
I believe that I put, is there a 3 in there now? Let me see here.
The last one you put was the cute garden.
Okay, perfect. And then this is the Hawaii. Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen now. All right, do you all see it?
Yep, yep. You can just make it full
Okay,
screen.
great. Perfect, okay. I think there's also a little bit of a delay at my end.
Yeah, it's okay. We still hear you. So
Okay.
yes, you can. Yep, you're good to go.
Okay, great. All right, the second link is the Vima link is the Foundation de Monet in Giverny, France. And this explores the many flower paths and lily streams that inspired the 19th century Impressionist Claude Monet. And he called this collection of one of his most beautiful work. Okay, the Kew Gardens in London, UK. This is a really, really fun one, and I hope you all really view this. I think out of the 4, this is probably one of my favorites. It is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO's World Heritage Site that houses the world's largest collections of plants. And it's known for its famous greenhouses. And there's one there that's a Victorian style greenhouse, that's the oldest. And it houses the largest types of plants, and it features 27,000 different variant of species. So it's incredible. And then the YouTube one is the Hawaii Tropical Botanical Garden. And it offers views of Hawaii, Oahu, Kauai, and the Maui Islands. And you'll get views of the variety of colored hibiscus flowers and views of the Pacific Ocean. So these are 4 of the wonderful botanical gardens that are probably top 4 famous ones. And so I said, again, let the outdoors come to you. And so when you have some free time to check it out in the evening, daytime, really do it. And like I said, the Kew Gardens one is one of my favorites. So the links are copied in the chat. And I strongly encourage you all to check these out at your convenience. Okay.
Thank you so much for providing the links,
Next
Chenelyn.
time, was just submitting the chat. Okay, let me see here. Oh, went to the Hawaii one. Okay, that's wonderful, Miss Anne. Ooh. So, okay. And then next time we do these type of things, we'll definitely save enough time to like showcase one. But when you click on the link, they go directly to the site where it's pretty self-explanatory, where you can use your mouse cursor to either move the screen around to do a 360 view, or it will be like a YouTube video where you just click play and you'll just watch it. And then some of it is more interactive, where there's different things you'll need to click on to access different scenes, like the Kew Garden ones. When you go, it's a main website, but there's 4 main things on the website that you can click on individually to view those scenes. Okay. Any questions about how to access any of them? You guys all have the links?
Yeah. I really enjoy the arts and culture one. I like how they set that up, Chenelyn, with like you're in Google Street View, but you're just with the garden.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Yes, and they have a whole they have a slew of them, I believe, a few of them. One of my gardener, community garden, pulled that one. It was fun to learn that from her. Okay. Okay.
Awesome. Well, Chenelyn, I think the next thing is the trivia, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome. So I guess if you go back to the previous slide, we have one quick question before this. What plants
Mhm.
Can you buy that doesn't need much sunlight? Dolores asked that in the chat. So what do you recommend? Maybe some of the autumn ones, or is again, what plants can you buy that doesn't need much sunlight?
Yeah, I would say any pathos plant. Snake plants too don't need direct light, low light ones. And if you don't have any like natural light, you can also just use your regular lights that come from your ceilings, or any reading lamp or side lamps that you have. You can just put it underneath there for 20 minutes a day or something.
Yeah, artificial light. That's
Mhm.
a good tip, Chenelyn.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that would work just as fine too.
So the world is your oyster, Dolores. So I hope that helps. Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you, Dolores. So yeah, we have 3 questions, right, Chenelyn?
Yes. And so what we'll do is all hands will be down, and then I'll read the question, and then the first hand that we see will answer it. If that person gets it incorrectly, we'll start the process again where everyone's hands will be down, and then I'll ask the question again, and then the first hand we see will get an opportunity to answer the question.
Amazing. So again, please raise your hand if you'd like to answer. Good luck to all.
Okay, the first question is, here, all
Yeah,
hands
so
down. I
you
see a
have to
couple
read
of.
the question and then you can raise your hand. So let's let Chenelyn read the question and then you can raise your hand.
Okay, looks like all hands are down. All right. Okay. Question, which US state is the largest pumpkin grower? Ooh.
I know we had we had a sneak peek for the question, Chenelyn, so that's why folks are raising their hands. So
Oh, okay. Well, I love the research. That's so
yes,
cool. Well, I think I saw Miss Doris' hand
yes,
first.
I see. Yep, as after you answer the question, first up is Miss Doris. What do you think the answer is?
California.
No, that is close because we would think that because of the wonderful sun. But yes, no, that is not the correct answer.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Miss Doris.
Thank you, neighbor.
Brenda, what do you say?
Illinois.
Yes, that is correct. It is the largest pumpkin producer in the United States, which is surprising to me, but it is. And if you want, you can just Google this and ask why. Every year, oh, I probably should have put this in here, but um, according to the stat that I had here that I put on the slide, is that it grows almost 25 million tons of pumpkins are grown worldwide. And the most pumpkins in the United States is the state of Illinois. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful. We will send you one of the autumn exotic plants that we talked about today as as a prize. Congratulations, Miss Brenda.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good job, Brenda. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
participating.
Okay, we'll move on to the second question. Again, all hands down, and then as soon as I read the question, hands up. Okay. Okay. Next question is, what spice will you not find in Mexican hot chocolate? Okay.
And what spice will you not
Wow.
find in Mexican hot chocolate? Not find. Okay, we have Mr. Thomas. What do you say? What do you think the answer is?
Ginger.
That is correct. Wonderful. Congratulations. And I know that in one of my last presentations when we talked about herbal remedies and plants, ginger was a popular one that we all used. So that's great. Wonderful. We'll get you a surprise autumn fall plant for your place.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Congratulations,
very
Mr.
much.
Thomas.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I think we have one more, Chenelyn. One more question.
Yes. Oh, okay. Which of the following squashes is known for its deep green color?
Patty pan squash, sweet dumpling squash, or kabocha squash? Which of those is known for its deep green color? Okay, Mr. Harold, that was so fast. Love it. What is your answer?
Okay.
Hibachi squash.
Yes, wonderful. Yes, the kabocha squash. Okay, woohoo. Congratulations, you'll get an autumn plant as well. Okay.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Mr.
so much for everyone
Harold.
for participating.
Yes, and congratulations to Ms. Brenda, Mr. Thomas, and Mr. Harold for winning one of the four autumn plants that we highlighted today. So thank you so much for participating, and thank you all so much for your hands. You all were on point.
And then you'll send me those names, right, Alex?
Yep, I'll you know everything will be taken care of. So
Okay. Yay, congratulations.
maybe
Woo.
about a week or so, kind of like turnout or so, about around a week or so, Chenelyn.
Yes, it will be sent through Amazon. So, yes, yes. So,
Yeah.
we have a, with one of the vendors there. So that's great. So, wonderful. Yes. I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. Thank you so much for your kindness in getting these prizes to our seniors, and they really appreciate it. And it was quite a bunch of fun today. So, we are almost at time. Um, but I do see we have a hand. Let's just address this hand, and then after this hand, again, Chenelyn, if you just one of you want to share a highlight for today, we'd love that. Mr. Thomas, you had a quick question or comment?
Just a comment. I think one of the things that should be investigated further with this program is how easy it is to propagate plants that you already have, i.e.
Hey.
the spider plant is one of the easiest.
That is a good suggestion, Mr. Thomas, since we just talked also too about how to start germinate them. So yes, that's a great topic that we can touch on. And I know that we
Very
want to
good.
do some live demonstrations, and so that is one that would be great to do for a live demonstration for that. So that's a great idea. I wrote it down. Thank you for that suggestion.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Mr. Thomas. I love that suggestion as well. Thank you so much. And again, once again, congratulations on your prize. But again, Chenelyn, thank you so much. I learned so much about planting in fall. It's not a bad thing that it's fall time. It can be a great time, to plant. And you got to think some plants are all year round. So you really have to just make, the most of what you have. But once again, Chenelyn, any highlights today? Maybe your favorite tip for today? Maybe something you want to leave the seniors off with in regards to fall planting?
Yeah. Thank you. No, a highlight would be just to embrace this season. I know that folks don't get out as much. There's not a lot of activities, especially if you're, predominantly indoors. This is a great time for reflection. This is an opportunity to prepare for and plan what you want to do for this spring approaches. And so this is a time to just enjoy that downtime to yourself, to read a favorite book, to do chores around your apartment or place that you haven't gone into. And it's been a pleasure to share some of my fall autumn tips with you. And thank you all for sharing what you've shared as well. It's always a pleasure to be here, and we will definitely get those prizes out to the winners.
Thank you so much, Chenelyn. Again, once again, let's all make sure we stay on to complete a poll for today. And I really appreciate your participation. And thank you once again, Chenelyn, for coming on. I learned always so much. And I really, really look forward to those live demonstrations. I did send an email, so please check that out. And I'd love to, again, I'll be sending you the prizes or the prize winners as well. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
everyone. Take care.
Chenelyn.
See you next time.
I'll say goodbye to Chenelyn.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you,
you.
Chenelyn. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you
Thank
next
you.
Come
time.
again. Come
Good
again.
Thank you, Chenelyn.
All right.
Thank you, Chenelyn.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
and
Praise
thank
the
you.
Lord.
Thank you.